She slammed the conference room door, her heart pounding like a war drum, as the security footage replayed in her mind. The new intern slipping something into her bag. With trembling hands, Ellery Harrington snatched the leather satchel from Sophia's desk, unzipping it in a frenzy of suspicion and desperation. And there, nestled among mundane office supplies, was the silver locket, Elena's locket, the one she'd worn on their wedding day, now a ghost from a marriage shattered by disappearance 3 years ago. In the glittering sprawl of Manhattan, where skyscrapers pierced the heavens like ambitious dreams, Ellery Harrington reigned supreme. At 42, she was the epitome of American success. CEO of Harrington Tech, a billion-dollar empire built on innovative software that powered everything from Wall Street trades to Silicon Valley startups. Her penthouse on the Upper East Side overlooked Central Park, a verdant oasis amid the concrete jungle. But it felt more like a gilded cage since Elena vanished. Elena, her wife of 8 years, had been the light in Ellery's relentless world. A talented artist with a laugh that could melt the iciest boardroom tension. They'd met at a gallery opening in Soho, where Elena's vibrant paintings captured the chaos of city life with strokes of passion. Their love story was one for the tabloids. The powerhouse lesbian couple defying odds in a world still grappling with equality. But 3 years ago, on a crisp autumn evening, Elena had stepped out for a solo walk along the Hudson River and never returned. The police investigation yielded nothing. No body, no ransom, just endless speculation. Foul play? An accident? Or had she simply walked away from the suffocating weight of Ellery's empire? The questions haunted Ellery, turning her into a shell of her former self. She threw herself into work, micromanaging every detail. Her trust eroded like the shores of the river that swallowed her wife. Enter Sophia Ramirez, 28, a fresh-faced intern from Brooklyn with a resume that screamed potential. Hired through a diversity program Ellery championed, Sophia was sharp, intuitive, and disarmingly kind. She handled administrative tasks with quiet efficiency, her dark curls often tied back in a practical ponytail, her eyes, a deep brown that reminded Ellery of Elena's, always attentive. But in the high-stakes world of tech, paranoia was a survival skill. When a prototype design leaked to a competitor, Ellery's suspicions ignited. Security sweeps became routine, and one fateful Friday, as the office emptied for the weekend, Ellery decided to act. The locket felt cold against her palm, its engraved initials and a dagger to her heart. How? Why? Sophia returned from the break room, coffee in hand, her face paling as she saw Ellery holding her bag. Miss Harrington? Is everything okay? Her voice was steady, but her eyes flickered with something. Fear? Guilt? Ellery's world tilted. This belongs to my wife. My missing wife. Explain yourself or I'll call the police right now. Sophia's cup slipped, shattering on the marble floor. The sound echoed like a gunshot in the empty office. She sank into a chair, her hands shaking. I didn't steal it. Elena gave it to me. The name hit Ellery like a tidal wave. You knew Elena? How? When? Sophia took a deep breath, her Brooklyn accent thickening with emotion. We met 2 years ago at a support group in Queens. For women dealing with loss. She was using a different name, Leah Moreno. Said she needed to start over. I didn't know who she really was until later. Ellery's knees buckled. She gripped the desk for support. Elena alive? Hiding. The revelation cracked open wounds she barely scarred over. Why? Why would she leave me? Sophia's gaze softened, a mix of pity and resolve. She was scared, Miss Harrington. Overwhelmed by your world, the constant scrutiny, the pressure. She felt like she was losing herself. But she never stopped loving you. The locket was her way of holding on. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the city, Ellery's empire felt insignificant. For the first time in years, hope flickered amid the ruins of her heart. But trust? That was a luxury she couldn't afford yet. Sophia's story needed verification, and Ellery's investigative instincts kicked in. She hired a private detective that night, poring over Elena's old journals in her penthouse, the city lights twinkling like distant stars. Days blurred into a whirlwind. Sophia cooperated, sharing emails and photos from Leah. In one, Elena, thinner, her hair dyed darker, smiled faintly at a street fair in Brooklyn. The sight tore at Ellery. Her wife, alive but altered, living a shadow life. Why hadn't she reached out? Betrayal simmered beneath the relief. Their interactions at work shifted. Sophia became more than an intern. She was a link to the past. Late nights in the office turned into confessions. Elena talked about you constantly, Sophia said one evening as rain pelted the windows. The way you'd surprise her with rooftop picnics. She missed that, Ellery. The one before the empire consumed you. Ellery winced. I built it for us. For our future. But futures change, Sophia replied gently. Her own story emerged. Orphaned young, raised by an aunt in a cramped apartment, Sophia had fought for every opportunity. Her kindness wasn't feigned. It was forged in hardship. As weeks passed, an unexpected bond formed. Sophia's presence soothed Ellery's isolation, her laughter echoing Elena's in haunting ways. Was it transference? Or something new? Ellery pushed the thought away, focusing on the search. The detective traced Leah to a small art studio in San Francisco. Elena had relocated, painting under an alias, her work gaining quiet acclaim. The decision loomed. Confront her or let her go? Ellery booked a flight, heart racing. But Sophia insisted on coming. She trusted me. Let me help bridge this. In the airport lounge, as they waited for the red-eye, Ellery studied Sophia. Her profile against the window, the city lights reflecting in her eyes. There was a vulnerability there. A quiet strength that stirred something in Ellery. For the first time since Elena, she felt seen. The plane lifted off, carrying them toward uncertainty. Below, New York faded, a tapestry of lights and lives intertwined. Ellery closed her eyes, the locket clutched in her fist, whispering a silent prayer to the woman she'd lost, and perhaps to the one beside her. The San Francisco fog rolled in like a shroud as Ellery and Sophia stepped off the plane, the chill seeping into their bones despite the California promise of warmth. Ellery had always preferred the sharp edges of East Coast winters, but here the mist blurred boundaries, much like her emotions. They rented a car and drove to the address the detective provided. A quaint studio in the Mission District, alive with murals and the scent of street tacos. Elena's new life pulsed with the vibrancy she'd always craved, far from the sterile opulence of Manhattan. Sophia's hand trembled on the wheel. What if she's not ready? What if seeing you breaks her? Ellery stared at the passing Victorian houses, their colors defiant against the gray. I need answers. We both do. They parked outside the studio, a converted warehouse with large windows showcasing abstract canvases. Heart hammering, Ellery knocked. The door creaked open and there she was, Elena or Leah. Her once familiar face lined with new stories. Her eyes widened in shock, the paintbrush slipping from her fingers. Ellery? How? The reunion was a storm of tears and accusations. Elena pulled them inside. The space cluttered with easels and half-finished works depicting urban solitude. I couldn't stay, she confessed, voice breaking. Your world swallowed me. The galas, the expectations. I felt like an accessory, not a partner. Ellery's anger flared. You vanished. I thought you were dead. Do you know what that did to me? Sophia mediated, her calm presence a buffer. Elena, Leah told me about the fights, the nights you worked until dawn. She needed space to breathe. As they talked through the night, truths unraveled. Elena had planned to return after finding herself, but fear kept her away. I met Sophia at the group, she explained. She became a friend, a confidant. I gave her the locket as a thank you for listening without judgment. But layers peeled back revealed deeper wounds. Elena admitted to a brief affair during their marriage's nadir, with a gallery owner in New York. It was a mistake born of loneliness. I ended it, but the guilt. It pushed me to run. Betrayal hit Ellery like a freight train. You cheated? And hid it all this time. Elena's eyes pleaded. I was weak. Forgive me. Sophia watched the exchange, her own heart twisting. She'd grown fond of Elena as a mentor, but seeing Ellery's pain ignited protectiveness. People make mistakes, she interjected softly. But love isn't about perfection. The days in San Francisco blurred into emotional marathons. They walked the Golden Gate Bridge, the wind whipping their words away. Elena showed them her new life. Coffee shops where she sketched, friends who'd become family. Ellery saw the woman she'd fallen for. Free-spirited, unburdened. But resentment lingered. Sophia became the unintended glue. Her stories of Brooklyn grit resonated with Elena, and her empathy soothed Ellery. One evening, as they shared wine on Elena's rooftop, overlooking the bay, Sophia opened up. I lost my partner too to cancer 5 years ago. That's why I joined the group. Elena helped me heal. Ellery's gaze lingered on Sophia, seeing parallels to her own loss. You're stronger than you know. Elena noticed the spark. You too. There's something there. Ellery denied it, but seeds of doubt and possibility were planted. Back in their hotel, Sophia and Ellery debriefed. She's changed, Sophia said. But so have you. Ellery paced. I want her back. But can I trust her? The climax came when Elena revealed more. The affair wasn't just emotional. It had produced complications, including threats from the gallery owner's jealous ex. That's why I really left. To protect you from the scandal. Ellery felt manipulated. You decided for both of us? That's not partnership. The argument escalated, voices echoing in the studio. Sophia stepped in. Stop. This isn't about blame. It's about what you want now. Elena chose honesty. I love you, Ellery, but I can't go back to that life. Heartbroken, Ellery stormed out into the fog-shrouded streets. Sophia followed, finding her on a bench overlooking the ocean. You're not alone, she whispered, taking Ellery's hand. In that moment, vulnerability cracked Ellery's armor. They talked until dawn, sharing dreams and fears. Sophia's touch was tentative but electric. A new beginning amid the ruins. They returned to New York changed. Elena stayed in San Francisco, agreeing to therapy and slow reconciliation. But Ellery's heart shifted. Sophia resigned as intern, taking a full-time role, their professional boundary blurring into personal. Months passed. Harrington Tech thrived, but Ellery prioritized balance. Dinners with Sophia became dates, walks in Central Park, Broadway shows. Their connection deepened, rooted in shared pain and mutual respect. Yet echoes of betrayal lingered. When Elena visited for the holidays, tensions resurfaced. A heated dinner revealed Elena's lingering feelings. I see how you look at Sophia. Is this revenge? Ellery stood firm. No. It's moving forward. Sophia, caught in the crossfire, confessed her love for Ellery that night, under the Christmas lights of Rockefeller Center. I didn't plan this, but you're my future. Ellery kissed her, the city alive around them. Betrayal had scarred, but it also taught forgiveness. Back in the rhythm of New York, Ellery and Sophia's relationship blossomed like spring in Central Park, tentative buds unfurling into vibrant blooms. They moved in together, Sophia's Brooklyn edge softening the penthouse's sterility. Mornings were coffee and stolen kisses. Evenings debates over Elena's latest paintings shipped from the West Coast. But shadows loomed. Elena's visits stirred unease, her presence a reminder of what was lost. The first crack appeared during a company gala at the Met. Ellery, in a sleek tuxedo, introduced Sophia as her partner. Whispers followed. The intern. How convenient. Elena attended, elegant in a flowing gown, her eyes lingering too long on Ellery. You look happy, she said, but her tone dripped envy. Sophia sensed it. She's not over you. Ellery dismissed it. We're co-parenting our past. Nothing more. But Elena's calls increased, laced with nostalgia. Remember our trip to the Hamptons? We could try again. Ellery confided in Sophia, but doubt festered. Then came the leak. Confidential emails from Elena to a mutual friend, lamenting Ellery's rebound with the help. Sophia found them on Ellery's laptop, accidentally left open. Confrontation erupted in their living room. City skyline mocking their turmoil. You still talk to her like that? Sophia accused, tears streaming. It's not what it seems, Ellery pleaded. She's struggling. Sophia's voice cracked. And what about us? Am I just a placeholder? The fight escalated, words like weapons. Sophia packed a bag, storming out into the night. Ellery chased her to the elevator. Don't go. I love you. Sophia paused, eyes fierce. Prove it. Cut ties with Elena. The ultimatum hung heavy. Ellery spent sleepless nights reflecting. Her empire had cost her Elena. Would it claim Sophia too? She chose therapy, delving into patterns of control and abandonment. Meanwhile, Sophia retreated to Brooklyn, crashing with friends. Her job at Harrington Tech felt tainted. She considered quitting, but memories pulled her back. Ellery's vulnerability in San Francisco, their shared laughter. Elena's next visit ignited the powder keg. Over lunch in a trendy Soho cafe, she confessed, I want you back, Ellery. Sophia's sweet, but she's not me. Ellery recoiled. You betrayed me once. I won't let you destroy this. Elena lashed out. She's using you. Climbing the ladder through your bed. The accusation stung, echoing office gossip. Ellery defended Sophia fiercely, ending the lunch abruptly. That night she drove to Brooklyn, rain slicking the streets. Finding Sophia at a local bar, nursing a drink, Ellery poured her heart out. Elena's gone from my life. You're my choice. Sophia hesitated. Is it real? Or rebound? Ellery knelt, rain-soaked. It's you. From the moment you explained the locket, it was you. They reconciled, passion reigniting. But trust rebuilt slowly. Sophia demanded transparency. Ellery complied, sharing passwords and schedules. As summer waned, a new conflict arose. Harrington Tech faced a hostile takeover. Rivals exploited the leaked prototype from months ago. Ellery suspected sabotage. Investigations pointed to an insider, shockingly, a colleague Elena had once introduced. Paranoia returned. Did Elena set this up? Ellery wondered aloud. Sophia urged caution. Don't jump to conclusions. But evidence mounted. Elena's gallery owner ex had ties to the rival firm. A late-night call confirmed it. Elena had shared info during their affair, unwittingly or not. Betrayal deepened. Ellery confronted Elena via video, the screen a barrier to her rage. You nearly ruined everything. Elena sobbed. It was years ago. I didn't know. Ellery severed ties permanently, blocking numbers, donating Elena's remaining art. The crisis bonded Ellery and Sophia. Working side by side, they thwarted the takeover, emerging stronger. Media hailed Ellery as a resilient leader, her personal life a beacon for LGBTQ+ visibility. In the aftermath, Sophia proposed during a quiet picnic in Central Park, the locket, now theirs, around her neck. Let's build our empire together. Ellery accepted, tears of joy mingling with the fountain's spray. But scars reminded them. Love demanded vigilance. With the takeover averted, Harrington Tech soared, stock prices climbing like the Freedom Tower. Ellery delegated more, carving time for life beyond boardrooms. She and Sophia traveled, weekends in the Catskills, hiking trails where conversations flowed freely. Their love matured, a blend of passion and partnership, Sophia's creativity inspiring Ellery's innovations. Yet Elena's ghost lingered. A year after the cutoff, a letter arrived, postmarked San Francisco. I'm sorry, it read. I've entered therapy, faced my demons. I wish you happiness. Ellery burned it, but Sophia salvaged the ashes. Forgiveness isn't for her. It's for us. Reluctantly, Ellery agreed to a mediated call. Elena appeared changed, humbler, her art now focused on healing. I betrayed you out of fear. But seeing you with Sophia, it's what you deserve. Closure came slowly. They agreed to distant civility, no more entanglements. Sophia's career flourished. She launched a nonprofit arm of Harrington Tech, aiding LGBTQ+ youth. Ellery beamed with pride at galas, introducing her fiancé as the heart of our empire. But drama struck anew. Sophia's health scare. A routine checkup revealed a lump, benign but terrifying. Nights in the hospital, Ellery holding her hand, echoed losses past. I can't lose you, Ellery whispered. Sophia smiled weakly. You won't. We're fighters. The ordeal deepened their bond, prompting wedding plans. They chose an intimate ceremony in the Hamptons, waves crashing as vows exchanged. In betrayal and loss I found you, Ellery said. Guests included old friends, even a video message from Elena, wishing well a final olive branch. Post-honeymoon, they adopted a rescue dog, symbolizing new beginnings. Life settled into rhythm. Brunches in Greenwich Village, volunteering at Pride events. Yet one last twist. A knock at their door. A young woman, claiming to be Elena's half-sister, revealed family secrets. Elena's disappearance stemmed partly from abusive roots she'd hidden. Understanding dawned. She was running from more than us, Sophia said. They reached out, offering support. Elena declined, but gratitude shone through. In this web of connections, Ellery learned humility. Her millionaire facade cracked, revealing a woman shaped by love's trials. Sophia's influence humanized the empire. Diversity initiatives, mental health days. Harrington Tech became a model of inclusive success. As autumn leaves fell, they stood on their balcony, arms entwined. From a locket in a bag to this, Ellery mused. Sophia kissed her. Our story's just beginning. Years unfolded like chapters in a well-worn novel. Ellery and Sophia's marriage thrived, a testament to resilience amid America's evolving landscape. Harrington Tech expanded globally, but they prioritized philanthropy, funding shelters for LGBTQ+ runaways. Sophia's nonprofit grew, her speeches at conferences inspiring thousands. Elena's path intersected occasionally, neutral updates via mutual friends. She'd found peace, partnering with a fellow artist, her work exhibited in major galleries. No resentment remained, only lessons. One crisp morning, as they sipped coffee overlooking the park, Sophia announced, "I'm pregnant." IVF had worked, a miracle after health hurdles. Ellery's joy was boundless. Our family. The pregnancy brought reflections. Ellery wrote a memoir, Locket of Lost Loves, detailing their saga. Anonymized but raw, it became a bestseller, sparking conversations on forgiveness in queer relationships. Challenges arose. Media scrutiny intensified, paparazzi hounding their steps. A tabloid dredged Elena's affair, painting Ellery as scorned. Sophia stood firm. Our truth is stronger. They navigated with grace, advocating for privacy rights. The birth. A healthy girl named Hope transformed them. Cradling her, Ellery whispered, "You'll know love without shadows." Parenthood deepened bonds. Sleepless nights turned to family outings. Picnics in the park, trips to San Francisco where Elena met Hope briefly, a poignant full circle. As Hope grew, so did their legacy. Ellery retired early, passing the CEO torch to a diverse successor. They moved to a quieter home in upstate New York, blending city roots with rural serenity. In twilight years, they sat on their porch watching sunsets. From that bag to this life, Sophia said. Ellery squeezed her hand. Every betrayal led here, to us. Their story, whispered in queer lore, embodied hope. Love endures, humanity prevails. In America's tapestry, theirs was a thread of drama and redemption, proving hearts mend, even when shattered.